Hi, everybody. I'm Alice K. Ruckelhouse from Suffering Well, and today we are going to actually jump into Second John. Now, there are a couple things I want to say first before we start, and that's that there are two other things that you can do besides these videos, which will enhance your Bible study. If you just want to watch these videos, that's fine, but we also have an email that we send out pretty much every day. It's to our Suffering Well group, so on the days that we have videos that have to do with this Bible study, they're about this Bible study. Some other days they are also, and then other times they are about other things that we think are important or that we think you'll want to know. Now, I do want to let you know, because I know some of you are Protestant, that since this is a Catholic ministry, which is open to Protestants, and as I've said before, this Bible study is perfectly appropriate for Protestants, we do have a lot of Catholic things in that email. So, pick and choose what you want. And, it's exposure if you want to be exposed. If you don't want to be, then just ignore the Catholic stuff. The other thing that we really, really want to encourage you to do is to join the discussion group. And that's on Sunday evenings at 6:30 Eastern time, except for the third week of each month. And you have to sign up for that. We have to send you the link on Zoom. So you can do that by going to sufferingwell@protonmail.com and just email us. Let us know that you want to be on the email list, which will give you the link for the Zoom meetings, as well as all those extra things that I was talking about. Okay, so before we dive in, let me just say today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at who the author is and who the reader is from the point of view of the book. So if you've been getting our emails, you've gotten some things about John. You've learned some about him. He's the author of the book of Second John. Now we're going to see what he says about himself in this very, very short book and what he says about the people that he's writing to. That's really important so that you know where he's coming from and who he's talking to, so where they're coming from, what exactly their needs are. And I think you're going to find this very simple and very fun. You can do this with any book of the Bible. By the way, you're going to see me reading from my Bible and marking in it so that you can see how it's done. But also you're going to see me reading from something that is up at the top of the page before the book of Second John. That's because I'm using the new Inductive Study Bible from Precept Ministries. It gives instructions like this for every book of the Bible. I love this Bible. Unfortunately, they don't have it in a Catholic version. They only have it for the Protestant Bible, so it is missing the 7 books and part of Esther and part of Daniel. But for the purposes of this Bible study, Second John's the same in any translation. So use whatever translation you want, whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you have on hand, and you can just follow along. All right, I'll see you in my office. Okay, so first let's do the first thing. Read through 2 John as you would a letter just received. Mark every reference to the author in one color. Okay, so let's give John orange, and let's give the recipients blue, okay, because this is my favorite color, this kind of blue, and I'm reading it as if it's written to me. And I teach for VIP Kid. Their color is orange, so to me that's the teacher color. Okay, you can use whatever colors you want. Okay, so I'm going to read through it. We're going to mark everything about John with orange, everything about us or the recipients with blue. So he says, the elder. So that's the first thing I'm going to mark. I'm going to mark that with orange. And by the way, I'm using gel pens, which is not the best choice. Most of my stuff is up at my house an hour away. So I'm just working with what I have here. I would recommend, there are Bible highlighters that are especially for the Bible, for the thin pages of the Bible that won't go through the pages. And I'll try to remember to include a link below so that you can find those easily. The other thing, if you don't have those, I like to use colored pencil. I've used crayon a lot of times in the past, but it's really hard to write on top of that. Colored pencil you can always write on top of. So colored pencil or those highlighters is what I'd recommend. But in a pinch, I have gel pens, that's what I'm going to use. Okay, so the elder to the chosen lady and her children. So that's the recipients, the chosen lady and her children. whom I love in truth. Okay, so he loves them. That I'm going to mark in orange. And not only I, but also all who know the truth. Okay, so that's kind of about them too, that lots of people love them. Okay, for the sake of the truth which abides in us. So the truth abides in us. It is in us. So that's about him and about the recipients. And will be with us forever. That's about both also. Okay, so see, I'm doing a lot of marking. And that may seem like, oh my goodness, that's going to take forever. But you know what? You're going to get so much out of it by doing that.